Joining me in the studio is our international affairs commentator Douglas Herbert. Nigeria, as you and I know, is Africa's largest democracy, but it is very much a divided nation at the moment, isn't it, Doug?
Extremely divided. I mean, Annette, it would be an extremely tall order, even for a sprightly, young, dynamic president, to govern a country, which, you know, it's cliched to say it, over 210 million people, rife with ethnic and religious divides wherever you look. It's called the Giant of Africa for a reason, both economically and demographically. And look, and you have a man coming in right now. Okay, you could say he's not that old. He's 71, but he does have a rumored history of health problems. He's a Muslim who chose a fellow Muslim as his running mate in a country which is roughly half divided between Muslims, mostly in the north, Christians, mostly in the south. There is a real sense with this president among a lot of Nigeria's, and two-thirds of the population is very poor, the poor and the dispossessed, that this is simply the template, more of the same. Same old, same old. He hails from the same All Progressives Congress as the outgoing two-term president, Muhammadu Buhari, so more of the same there. And he's not seen, even though, yes, he was a successful governor of Lagos, and he revived its economic fortunes. Lagos, the commercial hub, and Abuja, the capital, are not the rest of Nigeria. You can't simply apply the same prescriptions. More than half of Nigeria's population, Annette, is under 18. It's a startling statistic when you think of it. You're like, what? More than half under 18. A lot of those people feel that this election, while free and fair, according to observers, did not really correspond to their aspirations for democratic change. He has a giant economy to deal with, and he has security issues to deal with. So the hopes coming in are not high. There's a lot of disillusionment, and there's a lot of, as you said, division.
And voters have been citing security concerns as their major worry.
It is a scourge, Annette, wherever you look. And when you talk about security, you're really talking about several distinct issues. One, you have the Northwest area, where you literally have these armed motorcycle gangs. They're called bandits. And there's been outbreak of kidnappings among them, literally just kidnappings, pulling up and declaring and demanding ransom. You can imagine that when you have armed gangs randomly kidnapping you in the middle of your village or the street as you try to tend to your fields, that's going to cripple your economy. That's also going to hit food security because you're not going to feel safe in your fields planting your crops. Meanwhile, in the center, you have clashes between nomadic cattle herders and traditional farmers over land. You have that there. You go to the south, you have a violent separatist group there. And lo and behold, as if that's not enough, you have Boko Haram, the notorious Islamist group in the northeast, which is really where the vice president now, that I mentioned earlier, hails from. He says, I got the security remit. I can handle security. I know what it's like up there in the northeast. So the kidnappings, the Islamic jihadist groups, the cattle herders versus the farmers, a violent secessionist movement in the south. You have your arms full right now, your hands full, trying to juggle Nigeria's vast security problems. And like I said, it goes hand in hand, Annette, with the economic problems. Unless you solve the security issues, you are not going to be able to have a vibrant, growing economy.
Doug Herbert, thank you so much.